I present to you today House Joint Resolution 13, which is the Brooks-Tonn Resolution. Brooks is no longer with us, but his spirit is here in the chamber, and I brought a picture of him to my right, a young 10-year-old boy who lost his life tragically a few years ago. On December 1st, 2017, 10-year-old Brooks Tonn of Hinsdale, Illinois, lost his life to a rare cancer, rhabdomyosarcoma. He fought a courageous battle, something that no 10-year-old, no child should ever have to go through. But after this battle, he lost that battle, and our community suffered because of that. In his 10 short years of life, Brooks' contribution to his community was profound and meaningful. Brooks was always upbeat and positive about life, even during the most painful and difficult times during his cancer treatment. 10-year-old Brooks lived by the motto, have courage and be kind. Have courage and be kind. We could use a lot of that in this building, in this chamber. Think of that, a 10-year-old child living and preaching that way of life. He was a special and remarkable young man. I attended his wake, and there were thousands of people who attended both that and the funeral, and that was a reflection of his life and also of his spirit. So we often have resolutions honoring those who have passed, and it's generally one of sadness, but this is more of a celebration of this young man's life and his contribution to our community. We know he's no longer suffering and that he's in God's hands, being watched over by his grandfather, Bill Keenan, who is a friend of mine, and his aunts and uncles and departed members of his family. So, as many of us drive on I-294 between the Eisenhower Expressway and I-55, you'll see right in between, it's a 47th Street bridge. And you'll see that that bridge has been dedicated to Brooks by family and friends with plastic cups, and it says Brooks Strong on it, on both sides going north and south. And you cannot miss it. So today, through this resolution, the Tonn family, Representative Mazzocchi, Representative Moylan, I believe is on there, and I wish to name this bridge, the 47th Bridge, after Brooks, the Brooks Edwin Tonn Memorial Bridge. We do that by passing this resolution today. Now, Brooks' parents are not here in the chamber, they're in my office, and they're very grateful for what this chamber is doing to ensure that the life of their son was not in vain. And we do that by honoring him and his family, in his community, by renaming that bridge. And I will say this for Brooks' parents, both Nora and Rob, they have set up a foundation in his name. It's called the Brooks Strong Foundation. They're help funding pediatric cancer research, but they also are awarding scholarships to defray the cost of sports and extracurricular activities for families with children going through cancer treatment. So Rob and Nora, thank you for doing that for so many families. And I want to thank you, everyone in this chamber, for giving me this moment to speak about Brooks and also to ask you to consider supporting this resolution. Thank you very much on myself. Thank you on behalf of myself and also Rob and Nora Tonn, who are in my office, excuse me. But again, Brooks, the picture here is right here of a bright, beautiful, vivacious young man who lived 10 years of life, but think about that. He lived every day with happiness, have courage, be strong. It's just remarkable of somebody of that age who has that type of character. So we need to recognize people who have made meaning in our lives, which we do on a regular basis. And Brooks Tonn is worthy of that recognition. So, Madam Speaker, thank you very much. And I would ask that all members of this chamber be added as co-sponsors as well.
Thank you, Leader Durkin. With the body, take a moment of silence. Thank you, members. Leader Durkin moves for the adoption of House Resolution 13. All in favor, vote aye. All opposed, vote nay. The voting is open. Clerk, take the record. There's 118 members voting yea, no members voting no, and no present votes. This resolution passes.